life is an arcade. I wanna play every single game. These bright lights are making my heart race.
Yo, welcome back everybody. Authentic Vibes Only Podcast, episode 12. We have a special guest. I think it's been a minute since I had a guest. I think I did 3 or 4 solo episodes. But we got another clothing brand owner, local, not like super close, but local to me still, about 45 minutes to an hour away. Everything extraordinary. Corbin, Go ahead and introduce yourself. We can you can introduce the brand. We'll also get your links on the website or on the video and stuff too, but go ahead and introduce yourself, your brand real quick.
All right. Well, first of all, I appreciate you letting me on. I don't know where to look. I got like a camera and I got you and I got me and I'm like going back and forth, but I own Everything Extraordinary. You know what I'm saying? So, had the brand for a few years. Started it while in high school pretty much. About 2017, I was about like a freshman in high school, so I'm still pretty young, but got the LLC a few years ago in 2021. Got some trademarks. Had a few successful drops so far, so we're just keeping the ball rolling, and we're dropping new stuff soon, like these beanies. So definitely, if you like the beanie, definitely keep an eye out on that. So,
fuck yeah. We'll talk a lot about business, what it's like to be a small town clothing brand owner, things along those lines. I'm gonna plug Corbin's new shirts. If you guys haven't seen, love is a strong word. Go get yourself one. And like he said, he's got his beanie he's wearing right now. Those will be coming out soon. I got I've yet to get anything, but I talked about getting his last hat. His fitted hats are really raw. I like the pin is like something I've never seen, which is awesome, bro. That was a really cool little, like, it's just such like a little touch, but it made it like, I don't know. It's just,
yeah. I actually got the hats up there. They're in like the, I don't know. You can't really see one. Yeah, I'll go grab one.
But he's got his logo. It's like a little pin that every hat you get, one of his fitteds, you get a pin that comes with it of his logo. That's like a fucking, it's something small that, like, as a clothing brand, those are the kind of things that you got to do that's different. You have your fitteds, and everyone can drop fitted hats, but the fact that he added just like a small little touch made a big difference to him. It's just,
yeah, I got a few hats. I don't have the third colorway right now, but it's in my office space. But we got the Everything Extraordinary fitted hats. You know what I'm saying? It's the black colorway. This is the pen he was talking about, right over here. Kind of hard to see, but it's got rhinestones and stuff, very shiny. This is another colorway. This is probably one of my favorite colorways. Honestly, the black one sold out the most.
It's simple, goes with everything. Simple. Makes sense.
Got the logo on the back. Super simple. I'm a sneak peek in another beanie colorway. So we also got the brown, got the tan on brown. Super fire. So these are dropping too. Got 2 more colorways on top of that. So 4 colorways of the beanies dropping in total. And I'm excited.
Yeah, bro. I love to see what you do, man. You started before I did. You're also younger than I am. So it's just cool to be able to watch you and see what you do, see what tips and tricks I can pick up. You don't want to copy nobody, but just take motivation from it, inspiration, and see what that can bring for me.
Yeah, like Virgil talked about, like the 3% rule where, you kind of, I think a lot of things have reference points, like even like these stars. Like, I'm not the first one to do the stars, but it doesn't mean I can't be the best to do the stars. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can make it my thing, even if I didn't start it,
No, they always say too, like with the Virgil thing and just other people, they say there's in art, it's like you're never recreating the wheel,
Exactly.
Seems like it's an original idea, but like really I feel like there's nothing ever that starts. There's stuff that starts from scratch, but like you had something that sparked it in your mind and you created it in your way. So
right.
I love that. Same thing with, the spiral's not new. The spiral is based off the ancient spiral. Same thing with my logo. It's not a new idea. It's not a new meaning either. Like I go based off the similar meaning of what the ancient spiral is, and it's a never-ending journey. And that's what my brand is based around. So
yeah, dope.
I'll plug my new product because both of us dropped like right at the same time. I got hoodies. Unfortunately, we'll get into this, but mine are pre-order. I don't think you're running pre-orders on your shirts, but mine are pre-order. Here's the front. I got technically 12 colorways. It's the back. I have 6 in white, 6 in black, 6 colors for both the colors are the same. I got red, baby blue, sage green, a teal, a brown, and an amethyst. But I'll start talking on pre-orders. What's your thoughts on pre-orders when it comes to like a small brand? I think I've seen you run a few, or maybe one.
I did run one before. There's pros and cons about it, really. Obviously, when you're a smaller brand, it's best to not keep a bunch of stock because obviously when you're smaller, then you're not as well known and you're probably not going to be selling a lot at first. So it's definitely good to, do a pre-order and stuff. I always liked having my stuff on hand, but like with this last drop, for example, like I bought bulk, right? I bought bulk t-shirts. I don't buy like crazy amounts just because I know where my brand's at right now. And I also try to, have like the risk factor and, everything kind of leveled in my head. But, no, I did a bulk and the drop didn't do that well. So I was like, okay, we got to switch some things up. And so I think next drop I'm going to do pre-orders. I got them kind of getting manufactured right now. So I'm just going to really push it. And I think I need to do more marketing too. Like I've seen you really market your stuff and like getting it out there. So I think that's really important for sure.
I think I'll touch on both the pre-order and the marketing as well. So like being small, realistically, I go based on like realistically, what do I think sales can be? What have sales done before? But also you got to think, I got a good point from Choji, Caleb. Caleb, that's actually how me and you connected. Like I'd seen you on social media before, but that's who got us together in person. Choji said, why did I expect my sales for this drop to be similar to last drops? And I said, well, technically you just go based off your business. Like it still is analytics and it still is based off business. But then he said, yeah, but it's all new art and a totally completely different drop. So that's understandable. So like weighing those out, it is completely different art, a completely different design. I could not get return customers. But same thing with you, like my last drop didn't do so hot off the start and I ordered bulk. I've ordered bulk, I think, for everyone except my very first order. My first drop I ever did, you said you were printing your shirts right now for the Love is a Strong Word, right? You print those?
Yeah, I've tried a few different methods. Like I have like a local guy, like a local screen printer, and he also like can do embroidery and stuff. I've gotten stuff manufactured overseas. Sometimes I've screen printed it myself. Just trying out, different things. I think the best thing though is to probably find like an overseas manufacturer because they can do
1,000%.
lots of different things. So
1,000%. So my first drop I did pre-order because I was printing them myself as well. I wanted to test that out. Obviously it saves a lot of money in the long run. You're not paying. Realistically, when I started that, it's like you got to buy samples. That's a lot of money. There's always these things on the internet and TikTok. I feel like you see how to get free samples. It doesn't work like that. You realistically are not getting free samples from any supplier. Even if they say it's a free sample, most of the time it's like, you pay for the sample, then we'll refund it on your bulk order, so it's not free. And sometimes you get free samples if you consistently work with the same manufacturer, but you got to be placing like real big orders and be a bigger company.
Right, because they have to make money too. And, if I think every business has their way to market and, really make sure that customer stays. And that's just one thing for them is like, if they can do a free sample, then to keep you, then, why not? With like samples, I've seen like, okay, for the beanies, for example, I'm really picky and stuff. Like I make sure like everything is like up to my like, QC,
Same.
quality control and shit.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I cuss on here or no?
Yeah. What the hell?
Okay.
Go for it.
But like, so for the beanies, I got them made, and I, had pictures taken just to see how it looked and see like the quality. But I feel like you always want to get an in-person sample. I mean, obviously, a lot of the cost of it is shipping, because if you're shipping overseas and stuff.
Yep.
But I think it's definitely worth it, because if you like, especially if you're ordering bulk, because you don't want to order something and you think it's gonna look a certain way just because it looks a certain way on pictures, and then it gets to you like 100 of them and they're just like garbage quality, because quality is becoming a big thing, because lots of people are like just basically like doing like the same sort of design, so it's like quality can be a big thing for sure.
Yeah, it's getting a little oversaturated.
Yeah.
I agree. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, for example, I'm gonna get something real quick. Okay, so like, for example, actually, I don't even know if this has anything to do with what I was talking. It kind of has something to do with what I was talking about, but like, for example, I like this beanie. You can see the beanie, but you don't know how big it is. But like for this Cortez, I don't know if you've heard the brand before.
Yeah.
Cortez, big brand, right? But the only thing I didn't like about their beanies, because I was literally like studying, like I'll take the beanie, I'm like, okay, how many seams does it have? Like, how are we, what exact fabrics and stuff, and how is it knitted and everything? And I just didn't like how it didn't cover my whole head. So like when I put it on, it go like, this is the farthest it goes, right? It doesn't even cover my full ears. Now it's a fire beanie, but I like a beanie that can cover my whole ears. If it gets a little, it gets a little cold, and there's still a little room. So that was just like one little example of like why you definitely want to, get the samples in person, because if I would have gotten all those, I'm bulk ordering these. I got them for a pretty good price too. I think like $5.60 for each beanie. And I was able to find another thing about manufacturers too. A big thing is minimum order quantities. Like they'll want, a lot of them will want you to order like
500,
1,000
yeah
of each color, of each size, of each style, and it's like, geez, so
I got an example on beanies too, to be honest, if I have them in here. Oh, I got one on my desk. One sec. So I had the same issue, except mine are fold over. Mine, when I got them in, bro, I was like, I wanted them to be like Carhartt style, like bigger, like longer.
Yeah.
And these will go over my ears, but I did have complaints that they're like too small, because especially like the first time you put them on, they look really small till you wear it a couple times.
Yeah.
So that was one thing that, I ordered samples and they were good, but I didn't really like the size. I still ordered bulk. Like this one's pretty new. It still fits over my ears. But like when you look at like a Carhartt one, which I was going like based off of, like when it's over your ears, they still have probably like an inch and a half up top, like overhang.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of upset that that's something I didn't have. Honestly, since I've gotten these, I've only worn them like this. I've worn them like under my ears, so, or like behind my ears. So that's kind of a style in itself. So, but that is an issue. Like you said, I ran into that, and I did order samples, but then I asked my manufacturer if they could make them like bigger, and they said no. And then I just went through the
they said
order.
No? That's weird.
Yeah, they said they can't cut them bigger. It's one size. I'm like, that don't even make sense.
That's so weird.
Because like, I got a good price on those too. I think honestly, those are maybe like $320 a piece, or maybe at most like $420. I got a really good price on those. Quality still turned out really good, but they were a little bit smaller than I wanted. So that is something to pay attention to when you do it. But getting back to the pre-orders and running that kind of stuff, I started printing my own shirts first. realized how much fucking work that is. Realized that I was cheating the system because I learned away from another clothing brand owner. He was kind of like a mentor towards me. He was cheating the screen printing process and not using the emulsion method and keeping your logos on there. He was using a screen printer and cutting his logo out on a vinyl from a Cricut and taping that on the screen print. And he taught me how to do it. I don't know how he wasn't running into issues because I literally was on video with him going over every step I was doing. He said I wasn't missing steps, and I was just making too many man-made errors. And also like my I don't remember what it's called, but when you heat them cure them. When you cure them, I was running into problems when I cured them that my first 2 drops I hand printed myself, that the quality wasn't staying. And after about like 4 dries, because I don't dry my clothes, but I know other people do, so I have to weigh that out. Like the logos were coming off, so that's when I stopped all my printing myself and went into working overseas. And I agree with you. The sample is very important. If you don't get a sample, you're going to get fucked. If you're going to order a sample and not get an in-person sample, much. I always get an in-person sample, but it does become expensive. Like he said, it's really like the sample cost usually isn't that much, but then their cost, like the shipping's like double. They're shipping like one piece. Yeah. It's more expensive for them. So like I'll get a shirt, the sample's like $20-$30, if that, maybe sometimes more, sometimes less, but then the shipping is usually like $80 to $100 itself. So it's like, damn, bro. So that's tough. But like you said too, then when I did that, I've always ordered bulk, and reason why I switched to pre-order this time is I'm sitting on over like 10K in stock, bro. Like you said, it's a cutthroat. All business is cutthroat, but being smaller, it's been tough. Sales don't go as well. Yeah. My last sales didn't go great on the order, and it was my biggest drop yet. It had like 12 items in it. And then I did a pop-up. The pop-up went really well. That helped, honestly, a lot. That sold a lot of shit. But then I was like, man, I can't. It's just being realistic, man. Like I can't keep ordering stock and be sitting on this shit. Like I'm like, in the long run, it's good because I feel like every time I said, I did one pre-order, and even after I've done orders, like people see it out or people see me wearing it and they're like, yo, I want one. So like, then you got it. Yeah. You got it. Yeah. But now if I do a pre-order, I'm not ordering extra bulk, and I already know that once I drop these hoodies and the pre-order's over, people are gonna be like, yo, I didn't get one, I want one. It's gonna be like, dude, I promoted fully that these are pre-orders. If you don't get one, I don't have them. And it's a price to pay, because like I know that I already know, like it's happened with every drop, that after the technical first running and I shut it down for a minute before I repost, even though I got excess stock, I usually shut it down after like 2 weeks to a month and then kind of re-drop it. People are always like, yo, I want one. So I know I'm running that risk there with doing a pre-order, but people got to understand that, yeah, like it's not easy, and I'm already sitting on over $10,000 worth of stock, and I'm paying money out of my pocket from my regular 9-to-5 because my drops aren't doing well enough for me to pay for my next bulk order. Yeah. Pre-order
is the way to go. Until you know that, like, I mean, you'll kind of know when to get bulk. I mean, obviously, if people are, I mean, we're still fighting to make our name a thing and make, our brand a thing. So like people don't know our brand yet. So we got to get it out there. And then that's when it gets like, gets to the point where it's like, okay, you can order 10,000 shirts and, you'll sell them and stuff. But, I it's just like, for me, I write notes after every drop, no matter how good or bad, it does. Like, story time, I had worked with the have you ever tried working with a manufacturer in Pakistan?
I worked with one Pakistan manufacturer. They did my shorts.
Okay. Do you think they did a pretty good job?
I think the shorts and the quality turned out well. One complaint I had is the strings that are in them. They have like metal tips on them. the metal tips fall off after being dried a couple times, so they're not like glued well.
Okay.
And then once that happens, like the strings can like go through the shorts. You know what I mean? The hole in the front, like you'll lose the string.
Okay.
I haven't had any complaints from. That actually the metal tip part. I got a complaint from some customers, like people I know. But it's not really even a complaint. It's more of like them telling me like, yo, I'm still gonna wear them. I love them, but that was like their favorite part of the short for whatever reason. They're like, I love that these have metal tips, but mine, I lost mine. So that's something I had to pay attention to. But the only thing I didn't like about the Pakistani, they were very unprofessional. They didn't communicate. Actually, the guy I talked with, I was like asking him for updates and this and that. They weren't communicating it. He's kind of an asshole. One time he's even cussing at me. And I was like, dude, I don't know. I'm not even like being rude to you. I'm just trying to get an update here. And then he started freaking out. I don't know if I'd use him again, even though I do think the quality turned out good. And it was, Pakistan is usually cheaper than China too. So that's like a pro. But you just got to find the right ones, because like the quality was good, everything was good, the sizing, everything was good. It's just how unprofessional I think they were and stuff like that. Yeah, well, I had tried a Pakistan manufacturer, and you've seen the rhinestone hoodies and sweatpants I've dropped? Yeah. Okay, so the first time I dropped those, I did them myself. Like the very first time I dropped those back in like, I think it was 2021. I dropped those myself. I made them myself. So I basically like got rhinestone transfers and heat pressed, stars all over the place and stuff. And people really liked those. So I was like, okay, this is successful. And then I wanted to do it again. So the thing with manufacturers that's funny is like they can do fucking anything. Like it's just crazy. Like, they can do like the screen printing and embroidery, but they can do like all sorts of stuff for, on clothes and stuff. So yeah, you got the puff print, you got the new embroidery that's like the string, like it's different texture, but it's like stringy. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's called, is it Chanel? Or something? I don't even know. It's literally something embroidery. It's got a name in front of it, like a word in front of it. But that shit's cool. They can, and you can find it in manufacture for anything. You might. That's the hard part too. Is like you can find a manufacturer for everything. One, will they do it good? But also like a manufacturer I work with, can they do everything I want them to do? Right, so like, there's a couple that I've repeated. But basically every drop I've had to work with a new manufacturer. Yeah, that's how it's been for me. I think it's harder on the person that doesn't have. It's just like you gotta just find a good manufacturer. It's just like it's like the hunt every time. There's so many different manufacturers. Like for these hats, for example, right? I think the hats, the quality is great. I love the quality, the embroidery, like the 3D embroidery. All the quality is great, and I would get the hats again. It's just like. Okay, I came to them. I wanted to get, this is my first time doing fitted hats, right? So with fitted hats, it has a size to them, right? So this is a 7 3/8 hat. And so I'd have to get like, at least, I'd have to get a bunch of different sizes because everyone has different size heads and shit, right? So I had to plan, like, I think I was gonna like, I didn't want to get like there's like 9 different sizes you could get. And I wasn't trying to get 9 different sizes. I was just trying to go like small, medium, large, extra, like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Basically like 7 to like 7. Yeah. Like 5 to 7 or something, I don't even remember what it is. It's like 7 is really small. And then like, you would probably not want to go 8. Higher than 8. Yeah. Yeah. Like yeah. Something like huge. That. 8's right. Yeah. So go to a manufacturer, she's, sending me mock-ups and stuff. And then they tell me that the biggest size they could do, for my quantity was 7 3/8, which isn't even like if you go on like 7 to 8, it's not even like half of like the biggest. So it's like in the mid range. So it's like, but when a person has hair and that, it's like, that's not even big enough. This barely fits me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a little snug on me. So I got a big head and I wear 7 3/8, but if I have longer hair at the time, I can't fit in 7 3/8.
Exactly.
Like, if I don't have a fresh haircut, 7 3/8 ain't fitting. I think I have to wear 7.5.
Exactly. So they came to me at the last second about that, and I was like, oh, like, you know, then I would have to find a whole new hat manufacturer, send them mock-ups, make sure they can do the right colors, do all this, do that. And it's like the last second when when you have stuff planned out and they just kind of like, so it was just some bullshit. So, but I really just had to just kind of deal with it and just get the hats made. And people really liked them. It's just that a lot of people were wishing that they were bigger sizes, you know, so that's like the tough part, you know.
No, I struggle with that, honestly. Well, one thing, when I got truckers, and like here's some tips, like you said, some things when it comes to getting a manufacturer. Important questions. First, ask about samples, ask costs, ask free sample, ask how much shipping is, stuff like that. Second, you gotta ask MOQ. You gotta ask MOQ, because I've had manufacturers that tell me one MOQ, and then we're like, I get the samples, I'm ready for bulk, and they fucking switch up on me. I'm not gonna lie. And my MOQ for my fitted was, they told me I had to get 100 per color. So I was like, not happening. I was like, I can do 100 total, and I don't even want to do 100 total. And I technically have 4. There's 2 colorways, but each has my 2 different logos on it. So I was like, I can do 25 in each, and that's it. And they worked out a deal with me that I could do that. And even at that, like 100 was a lot of hats. I probably wouldn't even have done it if I didn't have the price I had. Because like I said, those are something I'm sitting on a lot of stock on. But they are the quality. I would work with them again. Like they're I love the fit. I love the fit of them. Love the look of them, feel of them. The work they did was good. But then also, like manufacturers, they're just. I was ordering these hoodie samples, and like these hoodies were supposed to drop in like December, and I've been working with them for a minute, like trying to get all the details figured out, and it just kept getting pushed back because then you have fucking Chinese New Year's. That's like a whole month of February, basically. Like they take off like January 28th until like February like 15th, 16th. So then I was gonna order in January. I don't remember what happened. Something came up. I couldn't get them. So then I had to wait till February. And then once February came, I ordered my samples, I think, at the end of January. I got them right, like, the day of my birthday, which is February 1st. And they sent them out, like, a day before Chinese New Year started. But we were, like, getting ready to order. And we had already planned out the hoodies I needed. They had, like, 6 styles or whatever. I picked the style. It's the size chart I wanted. And I was like, all right, I need these in large, this in small, this and this, and black and white. And he's like, black's good, white we don't have in stock. I was like, well, when's white going to come in stock for samples? He's like, oh, I don't know. I was like, well, you already told me I could get black and white, and that was literally an hour ago. Now you're telling me no.
Right.
And he said, yeah, sorry, I don't got it. I was like, dude, I literally was getting ready to pay you. And then they're like, I looked through the other colors. They had like an ash gray. It's really close to white. I was like, this will still look really good. I was like, all right, let's do ash gray. And he's like, all right, sounds good. So I'm getting ready to pay again. He's like, nah, we don't have the ash gray no more. I was like, dude, I literally just talked to you an hour ago. What do you mean? And you're the reason, like, you took 2 hours to respond to me. What do you mean? Now you don't have ash gray. And then he's like, and also with the black, they'll be back in 5 days. So we're out of black now too. I'm like, motherfucker, dude, are you shitting me? So that all happened. He's like, white's not coming back. If you do ash gray, we only have small samples. I was like, well, I can't get small samples because I'm modeling. I don't wear smalls. I said, I'm a model. I only have 2 of my female models. They can wear smalls, but the rest of us can't wear small, bro.
Right.
So then I had to switch up my whole hoodie, the whole style and everything. So it's a pain kind of working with manufacturers.
Tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah, it is tough. I think I got my shirts. I think I got my shirt manufacturer on lock. I will probably work with them every time I do t-shirts. They did really good work on these ones and the other ones that I dropped with them. I have a custom size chart for shirts that's great now. Everything's hand cut and sewn, so that's good. So I think I'll stick with that manufacturer. But when it comes to dropping anything else besides t-shirts, like it's up in the air. Like I'm working with a new manufacturer every time. Cause like the beanies and my truckers, I didn't work with the same manufacturer, even though they're both hat companies. Hoodies is a new manufacturer. Shorts, like I said, I worked with the Pakistan manufacturer, and I probably won't work with him again. So now I have to find a new manufacturer because I'm definitely dropping shorts this summer.
Yeah.
It's just, I think going overseas is your best option. I only tried printing it myself at first, one, because I like art. I like to create. Three, I was trying to save costs. But then it's just like, as much time as I'm already giving to this, one, didn't have the time. Two, I was making too many errors. And if I want to do it fully, I'm going to have to do the emulsion process. So
yeah, that was a process. That was a process I could never get. Like, so what I did is I just got like a 1-color press off like Amazon. And
I got the 4. And I don't know why.
No, it's good to have. I mean, okay, but another thing too, what I did was you can get screens pre-burned online, and I think they're like $90 or something. Really? Maybe it depends on the size, but like I just did that, and they last for like, I don't know, a few thousand prints or something. So if you have like a logo that you want to just like a normal t-shirt that you just want to keep pushing out and make them yourself, but there's just pros and cons to everything. Like a con that I found, I've had this a couple times where I go to a manufacturer, right? And I don't do vinyl because vinyl is cheap and it feels like stickers, right?
Yeah,
on t-shirts and shit, right?
Hell no, I'm not doing vinyl. I'm doing either screen print, DTG, embroidery.
Right, exactly. So I go to a t-shirt manufacturer. I also go to a hat manufacturer, but we'll get to the hat manufacturer in a second. We go to a t-shirt manufacturer, and I say I want screen print, and like, that's important because there's a clear difference between screen print and vinyl. And some manufacturers, they try to bullshit and they try to act like it's the same. They think the customer's dumb or something, and they think like, oh, he won't know that. Yeah. So, get the t-shirts made. They get here. Well, I don't think they got here, but like at the last minute, they say like, they show me a sample. I'm like, wait, is that even screen print? And they were like, no, it's vinyl. I was like, what the fuck? I thought we were doing screen print. Like, oh, well, if it's screen print, then it has to be 500 t-shirts or something minimum. Yep. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like, I just said I want screen print, So it's like they try to lure you in. They try to lure you in and like say like, yeah, we could do that. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then when it gets down to doing it, they're like, oh, we can't do that. And so I was like, yeah. But for the hats, bro, it was terrible. Like the quality of I ordered a hat before. I got a puff print hat and quality turned out good. It was screen printed, puff print, like turned out fire. Right. And then I think I ordered it again, and I just ordered like one with my logo on it, and I could just like off rip, I could just tell it was vinyl. And so then I had to go to Alibaba and get I wasn't able to get a full refund, but, and plus like the logo was like off-centered, and it was just not consistent. That's another big problem I have with manufacturers, is that's why I tried to dive into doing it myself, because I knew if I did it myself, it would turn out how I wanted it to be.
Exactly.
It's just, I can't do like embroidery. I can't do embroidery. Yeah. Like, creating custom, like cut and sew garments. Like I can't do that, So.
And we can, but bro, you realistically can't. We're not big enough yet, I don't think. And like the extra work, like we're one person running everything ourselves, bro. Like how much can you really do? Like can you really do? You have the time to do it? Because it's not like,
and the knowledge
and the knowledge. Like you're gonna fuck up probably the first year of doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to learn. But it's like, I think that's something that people don't understand too. Is like, bro, like the fact that we are so small. We're still working 9 to 5s, more than likely. I know you're in school. I think you work a graphic design job too, right?
I was doing a graphic design internship.
Okay.
But that had ended. So 9 to 5.
9 to 5 plus trying to create all the content, print it all yourself.
School and fucking, lots of shit.
It's a busy thing. So like to learn those traits and stuff, it's like I just realistically can't. I don't have the time of the day. I don't have enough help. I don't have fucking 10 arms or 10 of me to be able to make this happen.
Yeah, sometimes I wish I did have 10 of me because I knew exactly what I would want each one to do.
No, exactly. Because I feel that, because that's why when I started printing too, I was like, besides cost, that was the reason I did too, because I was like, I can make this how I want to make it, and I know it's going to turn out how I want it to turn out.
Exactly.
But like you said, I could only do regular screen printing. I don't know how to embroider. You can buy puff print stuff, but I don't know how that's going to turn out. You can buy puff print ink, and all the other crazy stuff. Yeah, I don't know how to do, and that's the problem. Like you said, with manufacturers, I've been getting some stuff. I have a similar story with vinyl like that. And same with the off centering. I don't remember what I got, bro, and I was like, bro, that's not centered. And I said something to like some people that were buying it, and they're like, I don't notice nothing. I was like, that's because you're not an artist, you know, like you can, and you're not the one that created it. Like you can notice like these small, anything that is off. I got it. I know, especially when you're saying like, I want the quality to be there. So I'm nitpicky, bro. Like if it's not this, then it needs to change. Actually, with these hoodies, I'm going to see if you can tell through camera, because I'm telling you, I've been arguing actually with this manufacturer. The hoodies turned out good, but I'm arguing that they act like I'm dumb. I know the difference between DTG and I know the difference between screen print. They were supposed to be screen print at first. They said they can't screen print my logo on the back that big. It's too big. Like they don't have a screen big enough, so they wanted to do DTG. But that's fine. And my white ones are 1,000% DTG. The back logo, every logo is DTG, but the back logo is, you can tell because it's into the material. It's not fucking, you can't feel it, bro. Like it's literally into the material. My white ones, bro, or the black ones, I'm telling you, bro, this, you can feel it and you can see the way it's printed. And if you were in person, you would know this fucking logo is screen printed. You can tell this logo is screen printed, bro. They're sitting here telling me it's not. I'm like, bro, I'm not stupid. I used to print my own shirts. I don't know. And the language barrier, they act even more dumb. They're like, I don't know what you're saying. And I'm like, bro, I know that this is screen print, and you told me that you can't screen print. I said I would have done screen print from the beginning anyways if you said you could screen print, but you said you couldn't.
Right.
So I know that this motherfucker right here, look at it, like you can even see the ink, bro.
Yeah.
That fucker is screen printed, and they're telling me it's not. So I don't know. I don't know if I am crazy. The wording is DTG, but I'm telling you, as long, I mean, I've been doing this almost 3 years now and doing it myself, I can tell just by the feel and the look that this is screen printed.
Yeah. I mean, once after a while, you'll be able to recognize what it is, especially vinyl versus screen printing.
Well, that's the worst one I had was I did those Halloween drops. I think you saw, because we both did a Halloween drop last Halloween. Not 2023, but 2022. You might have done one this year too, but I did Halloween shirts, and the company told they were going to be screen printed. Like, they're like, we could do vinyl, it's cheaper. I'm like, nah, screen print. They're like, it's a lot of colors, this and that. I was like, I don't care. And they're like, all right, we'll screen print it. I get samples in. Actually, no. This was such a late order. This fucked me. I didn't do samples for these ones. I get a whole drop in. Custom tag. I do custom tag on the neck, all that shit. Custom sewn tag in. And this was before I had a t-shirt, like a size chart for my stuff. Chinese sizes run small. Got to know that. I ordered regular sizes. I ordered my size run, set a screen print. I get a whole bulk order in of, I think, 100 of each shirt, 50 of each shirt. I don't remember. They came in, they're vinyl. I was like, I know these aren't fucking screen print. I said, you're not going to sit here and lie to me. They're like, yeah, they're not. They're vinyl. I was like, we agreed to screen print. Why are they vinyl? And I don't even remember what they said. And then I was like, and these sizings way too small. So I had to cut my custom tags off of these motherfuckers because they had like the size on it. And now I had to write on the outside of the bag and up a size, and they're still small. So like my mediums, I should have sized up to 2 and did their extra large is actually my medium because the Chinese sizes run so small.
Yeah.
I'm actually doing that with my hoodies. I only sized up 1 on my samples, but I'm sizing up 2 for the bulk order. Because they fit really good, but once again, people dry and wash them, and I measured them out before they dried on high heat and washed, and they shrunk like an inch or something, or half an inch. So I'm going to size up 2, but they fit really good. Like, they still fit like a large, but I know how people want hoodies. You know, I know like how that goes. I also asked people that have bought from me before. So, but anyways, I get these shirts in, not screen print, fucking cheap ass vinyl. So I was pissed about that. And then I get them in, and people have already ordered, and I get them in, and I'm trying to put on a large, and this bitch fits like a fucking medium, like a small, maybe like a in between a medium and a small. So then I had to cut all the tags off, and that's, you know, a learning process for me, bro. You gotta definitely get samples in. And then from then on, I always got samples, and I actually still fell into that same issue with my crew necks, man. I got samples in, they were good, sizing felt good. But then I ordered them. I think I only sized up 1 size, maybe even 2. I think I sized up 1 size for the samples because I knew how my last experience went. And then I sized up 2 for the bulk. And like, for whatever reason, bro, like the 2X, bro, like if you're like fat, not to be mean, or like bigger, and you normally wear 2X, you can't fit in my 2X crew necks. And I had people buying 2X crew necks and coming to me like, I can't even fit in this. This is not a 2X.
Yeah.
Like, man. So,
yeah, I have a story with that. I have a story with that because I, with this, the latest, Futura hoodies and sweatpants that I dropped, it was probably like the worst manufacturer experience I've ever had. Like, first time trying Pakistan manufacturer, and I'm texting like maybe like 7 of them at once, and just like trying to get prices, trying to get quotes,
exactly.
you know. And then I rank them by price, and then I see like the other work that they've done, and like, you know, if they can do all the colors that I want, if they can actually do rhinestone. One person I went to, it wasn't even rhinestone. It was like little like beads or something. It wasn't even rhinestones. Like, it wasn't shiny rhinestones that I want. You know, it was like little beads, and they were trying to like say some shit, and then I just end up like blocking them because I'm like, nah, like that's not what I want. And they're gonna keep texting you. They're gonna keep saying, hello, are you there? Are you there? I'm like,
hello,
no.
Friend. Can I help you? What do you need? Yeah.
Do you still need the hoodies? It's like, I told you I don't need it. But yeah, anyway, so I tried out the Pakistan manufacturer. I got a sample, and it was good. I tried it on. I always like to wear it. Like, these are samples. I like wearing it just to make sure that, like, I try to think like a customer. Like, okay, I like it. You know, and I let other people try it.
Clothes, why would anyone else wear them? Because people have said that to me now. Like, I don't ever see you in anything else. It's like, well, one, I love my shit. I'm in the fashion world. I make stuff based off what I like and what I see that I think would be successful. And if I wouldn't wear it, why would I drop it? Exactly.
So, yeah. So I got the sample. It was good. You know, the size fit good. It was like 400 GSM hoodie, 400 GSM sweatpants. There were like a couple tweaks that like we were going to make in the bulk order. Then the bulk order got here. I think I ordered like 32 sets or something. Spent like $1,200. So it was pretty good, like, as far as like price goes for, you know, sweatpants and hoodies, you know, with rhinestones all over the place and shit.
That's actually stupid price, because I think I'm about to, if I order 60 of these, they're about to be like $1,500.
Okay.
They're 500 GSM, but it's just hoodies. But either way,
well, I think the rhinestones, with the rhinestones, they had to like press all of them and shit, so it takes a little bit. You still got a good price on that. Yeah. And, you know, so I got it. Bulk order came in, and rhinestones were falling off.
Oh, God.
Fucking rhinestone, the pattern of the rhinestones, I checked every single one of them, right? Out of 32 sets, I probably had 18 I could, you know, sell, you know? And with the Pakistan manufacturer, I don't know what's up with Alibaba. I don't know, like, for some reason with the payments, I know it's like a Chinese app, but like, so for some reason with the payments, when you're paying a Pakistan manufacturer, you don't pay through the app or something. It was something weird. Like, that's what they said. And I don't know if they were trying to scam me or whatever. I don't know what was going on, but
that same thing happened to me, because I feel like I met him on Alibaba, but we did majority of our work and talk through Instagram. And then
Yeah.
I also remember I didn't pay him through Alibaba either. He said the same thing, and he wanted me to like Western Union. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm not wire transferring you shit because I can't. I said I can't get that back if I wire transfer you money. I'm not wire transferring. So they sent me some other app, I think, and I had to pay him through that.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what I did. I mean, I knew I was taking a risk because I knew that Alibaba has escrow protection. So when you pay, if something's up with the order, if they don't, if they don't give you what you ordered or whatever, they're probably going to give you a refund or they're going to give you something back so you have some sort of protection. And I should have listened to that. But I go to the dude and I'm like, hey, these rhinestones, they came off. I was just looking to get the money. I was looking to just like, I wasn't looking to have him remake them or whatever. I was just trying to get the money back for what's fucked up and then sell whatever I can sell that's already good and ready to go, right? And then I find out that I'm doing more like quality control checking. So on top of the rhinestones being fucked up, which is a whole different mess because I can fix the rhinestones because I literally sat there and fixed rhinestones. Like I literally put them back into place because they still have like the backing, the heat thing on the back. Yeah. So you just repress them and they don't come off. No, obviously if you wash them like a certain way in hot water or something, they're probably going to come off. That's why you wash them inside out in cold water, and shit like that.
Air dry them, yeah.
Yeah. But I have that on the back, on the tags and shit, the washing instructions. But to kind of get back what I was saying, like on top of the rhinestones being fucked up, I checked the sizes of the pants. The hoodies were fine. Like all of the hoodies were fine. Anything above like a large sweatpant fit like a fucking medium or small. Like a double extra large would fit like a medium, maybe a large at the most. And because I had sold some and I had people come and talking about, it's too small. And then I would have to like, man. And I just felt so fucking bad because I was like, fuck, I didn't like, you shouldn't have to check, like you should check it, but you shouldn't have to check it, with that kind of shit, it's size charts. It says it, it's by numbers. It's not like, and then that dude was trying to argue like, oh, we'll stretch it out. Like, okay. Here's the thing. It's, when you put on a pair of sweatpants, right? And it has the elastic band, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, if you stretch it out, it's going to get longer, right? But I'm talking at a relaxed fit. You know what I'm saying? At a relaxed fit, it shouldn't be tight. You shouldn't have to like try to fit in sweatpants where the elastic stretches all the way out and you're squeezing in them. You know what I'm saying?
They're supposed to be like relaxed and still see that it's fucking like scrunched up, not supposed to be fucking straightened out, bro.
Right. Because then you're going to be like, damn, these pants are fucking tight. So that was exactly what the problem was. But before I sold any of the hoodies or sweatpants, after it was a mess, but I counted what I could sell. And instead of, if I sold everything, I probably could have made like a $12 or maybe like a $1,400 profit or something. But after that, I could maybe only like make like a $200-$300 profit. Right. If I sold every single one of the ones that I could actually sell. But I told myself, I think I told my dad, like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but man, I'm going to, really sell these because I'm on the line like $1,200 right now because I'm not getting the money back because I don't have the protection from Alibaba. This dude's not trying to hear it. He's not trying to, give me my money back. He's not trying to fix nothing. So he's no help. Alibaba's no help. I just got to try to sell it and make as much money back as I can. So you've tried I think I've seen you do like Instagram boosts before or like Instagram ads.
Yeah, I've done, because you were speaking of marketing. I was going to touch back on that. You said that you feel like I've done a lot of like push out with marketing, and honestly, I feel like that's something I struggle with. I do a lot. I think what I don't do enough of is posting consistently. In general, just posting stuff like, fits or how do I fit this together, or just like any kind of content related to the clothing brand. I don't think I do that enough. I think when I'm pushing out, I do a lot because I do pay for, I do both. I do boost, but then like I've done a lot of research to just seeing TikTok videos, but then researching it. Like boosting is realistically only good for like getting views. It's not really good for sales. It doesn't really lead to sales if you just do a boost post. So I run all my ads through the Meta Ads and the Meta Ads Manager, and that runs them on Facebook and Instagram. And then you can manually do everything. Like where you want to run it, how much you run it for, where they click, all this kind of shit.
Yeah.
If you pay for how many clicks it gets or what your budget is, how many days, all that. Like it's got so many options. Like it's really good. But as you're speaking on that, what I've struggled with, man, is like, bro, I probably wasted dead ass, got to be close to five grand, maybe more on running ads that have not converted into one single sale for me. Like you're talking, your drop with the love is a strong word hasn't done well. My hoodies, I ran a pre-order, one, because I didn't have the money, but two, it really is just because I didn't have the money to buy a bulk this time. And I have sold, it's been up for 9 days now, 10 days. And I have only sold 8 hoodies, and I've made 5 orders. And 4 of the hoodies I sold are to my dad. So, and I've already spent $700 in running ads, and I have not made a single sale yet. And I don't understand that. That's what I'm not understanding with running these ads now, because I've done a lot of research on them, how to run them, where to run them,
right,
what types of tags to put on them, all this kind of shit. And even before I started, like I've done that with like pretty much every drop I've run ads, but I feel like I haven't made it. And this doesn't mean like I have made it, but like to me, it's a big milestone is like getting a conversion on one of those ads, selling something to someone that I don't know. I've not made a sale to a single person that I haven't known in some way throughout my life, whether it's a college teammate, people from town, anything, like friends in general. It's always been them. I have not made a single sale. Oh, that's a lie. I made one sale to someone we met at a Cubs game last year. He put in a big order after the Cubs game. He ordered like one of everything for my drop. But
nice.
That's I just made a connection and he ended up buying. But besides that, I mean, I still technically say that's someone I know because I met him.
Right. You want it to be you want it to be like
random.
You're
like
random
and on
boom.
Facebook, Instagram ad, clicked it and bought it. And so I'm not understanding that. So you say like you feel like I do a good job with that. I feel like I've done a good job and I have put out like pretty good ads and shit and just running them. But like, bro, the conversions aren't there. Like in the last 10 days, I've had well over 4,000 site visits because it tracks that for you on Shopify.
Yeah.
And I have had 4 sales out of 4,000 site visits. So you sit here and tell me why that makes sense and why I'm paying for what I'm paying for. There's no answer to it. I've done so much research on it, and that's a struggle. Like you said, one thing I've struggled with that hurts me, like just hurts my heart, and it sucks that I'm spending that much on like my marketing aspect for it to never to convert.
Right. Well, okay. To kind of go back on that, because I had an interesting moment with like Instagram boost posts or just like Instagram ads in general. I know boost posts and like Facebook ads are different because I've tried both of them.
Yeah, they're different.
And boost posts is the most simplest shit ever. It tells you like what do you want? Like you want website visits, you want profile visits, do you want you know?
It's like
and then you literally set
on TikTok.
Right. Literally,
now TikTok has their separate ads manager too, where you can run sponsored. I haven't done, but I'll give you that.
I might have to try that. But so with this drop, right? With my hoodies and sweatpants, half of them are fucked up, right? I told my dad, I was like, hey, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but like it put motivation in my head, because when something goes wrong, like I always get this boost of motivation where I'm like, I just start laughing. I'm like, man, fuck that shit. We're going to make shit right. It's time to make shit correct. So I told him, I'm like, I'm going to make this money back somehow. So I hadn't tried Instagram. I've tried Instagram boost posts before, but I just stopped doing it because I was like, this shit isn't making me money. So I stopped doing it. Then I tried it again. Like I literally made, let's see if I can find it. Where's my phone? Let me show you the post that I did. So, let me find it real quick. So basically, I I ran a couple boost posts, and I got a bunch of I was chilling. I remember I was chilling at work. I think I only did like $20 for like 3 days or something. So it was like $60.
Right.
And then I noticed like, oh, I'd have like, go on my website. I have 50 visitors all at once, or 100 visitors, 130. I'm like, cool, fucking like, this is great. But where's the sales? Like, someone has to want to buy something, right? And then, after a little while, I kind of, put my phone in my pocket. I'm just ignoring it. And then boom, ding, I get an order, and I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? And then, I got hyped and I got happy, and cause I was like, oh shit, I didn't know if it was real. I didn't know what was going on, but I got an order. It's like, okay, it's like $80, got like 900 more to go to make my money back. And then I got like another sale, and I was like, oh shit. And these are like people that I was like, okay, maybe it's someone I know. And then no, it was like someone in fucking Texas or some shit, or someone in Florida or some shit. And then I was like, oh shit, this is real. And I was like, damn, okay. So I just kept it going. And then, so I had probably about like 3K site visitors. And I probably had about like after that, I just kept the ads going, because I was like, fuck it. If it's, making sales, fuck it, keep going. And then like, fucking every day I would get like 2 or 3 orders, and I was like, oh shit, people really like, the hoodies and sweatpants. And it was, I gotta pull up the post. It was a really simple, post. It was literally this. Damn it. I don't know if I can see it that well, but
I remember seeing that. I remember seeing the ads for it.
It's hard to see because it's white, but literally a white background with the hoodies and sweatpants. And then you can scroll through, and then you can see, the hoodies and shit. Literally that. Let me go to my insights real quick. Bro, it reached 1.7 million people.
That's fucking crazy.
And I put in, how much I put in? I put in $200 total. And I made back $1,400.
That's crazy. See, like, I've done that for,
like,
I just haven't had one pop, bro. I don't know. I've tried simple ones, just simple white back. I usually run like,
it's crazy,
3 different A/B testings, like I run like one that has no background, just plain with the product. And then I run like some with our photo shoot stuff.
Yeah.
And I run something that I kind of created, like some sort of art or like design with like the hoodies.
Yeah.
And bro, they just, like, usually, like you said, boost. As much research I've done on them is, you just doing a regular boost post usually doesn't boost your sales. It's more along lines for your views and like how many people visit your profile and stuff. That's why I like do both.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, it hasn't converted for me, and it really hurts. It makes me like really think on like, what am I doing wrong? Like, what's wrong with the product?
And maybe that's what it is. Maybe people just don't like the product, like you could do, or maybe it's the way you're marketing. There's so many things that the best thing to do is just like either remember or like write down, like, okay, let's try something different. Let's switch it up, or, just try something different.
And that's the thing, bro. I feel like, like I do. I'm like you. Me and you, I think Choji said that you remind him of a younger me. And the more I've like watched your shit and listened to it, I feel like it is like that. I think we're very like-minded in that. That's one of the reasons why I wanted you on here. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I've tried simplicity with designs. I've tried more creative stuff, and just nothing's popped yet. I don't know, I'm not going to give up though. I just keep trying.
Yeah, you definitely can't. Just do it strategically. And like I was on TikTok the other day, and there's different kinds of brand owners, like there's because there's all sorts of, it's such a saturated market now that like everyone's trying to get in. And it could be like someone that knows nothing about clothes, knows nothing about like marketing or anything, and then for some reason they just get $10,000 in sales or something crazy, right?
Yeah,
that's what it seems like, right? But maybe then that brought into my, I was like, maybe I just need to simplify a little bit more. So I went and I was on TikTok. I seen this TikTok live of this guy on here as a brand owner. He had like 60,000 followers. It looked like, sometimes the internet can be like, is this person really doing that good? But like, he looked like he was, getting, a good amount of sales. So I was like, I'm going to ask him for advice. And this is like a couple weeks ago. And so he like went on my TikTok, and I had posted like maybe, okay, so from when I had dropped like a week ago, I had posted like 6 times, and he was like, nah, bro, you got to post more than that, you know, like, and then I seen his profile, he'd post like, he had like his drop rollout, like for a month, he probably posted like fucking 50 or 60 TikToks, but it was like, it was simple TikToks. It wasn't like some crazy skit, some well thought out movie. It was literally just like a 10-second video of his product, what he is selling. So simple, right? Not saying that every one of those hit, but like, you know, I feel like that's like, maybe some people just don't care about like, you know, the message, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's like maybe some people just care about, it just depends your market, you know what I'm saying? Like younger people, they just want some cool shit to wear. So it's like, instead of me going to, you know, I can create cool edits and stuff, but like, if I try to say like, oh, these stars mean a lot to me and this, people don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, until you make it, and then they want to know what those stars mean to you. So it's like, at this point, I'm just going to fucking put this shit on. I'm going to, you know, rock it. And I'm not even just going to, it's just self-explanatory. I'm rocking it. And then, but if I try to over-explain it, because that's really how art is. I'm in an art class, right? And they tell me that once you start explaining things, people have their own ideas of what, you know, your swirl designs mean, what my stars mean. So it has a personal connection. That's big. Now, if you ruin it by explaining it and what it is supposed to be to kind of defeat what they think about it, then, you know, they may look at it differently, you know, positively or negatively. So it's just like, you always got to leave room for people to you know, have their own interpretation on it. Cause it gets, you know, it gets them, you know, invested in it. So that was my theory.
That is the cool thing with art. It is subjective, not objective. Like everyone looks at it and thinks their own way about it. It doesn't matter how I feel about it. I think you're right too with that. Is I think that's what I meant too. Is like I consistently like roll myself out ads, stuff like that. I think one thing I have struggled with, besides the last drop, and it still didn't do good. It did all right, but not what I wanted it to do. Is that I've seen a lot of shit that says like you should minimum before you drop do like a 3-week rollout of like teasing, that kind of shit, you know. So one, I don't post consistently enough for that. Like I probably post, like you said, like maybe 6 videos a week, if that. That's like on a high end. Like I struggle with that, and I think I struggle with why I struggle with it is because like what kind of content am I trying to create here? And
exactly.
I think, like you said, the more I have like. The more I'm watching it and indulging in it and trying to learn from it is, bro, like you said, I'm seeing these things pop off and I'm like, bro, like what I made, one, product wise I think is better or just as good. 2, creatively, the things I'm putting out is much better. And I'm seeing that, yeah, they're putting out just something very simplistic about their brand. Like literally, like they literally just throw it on their fucking living room floor, take a picture or video, and that video popped up. So I think a lot of times, I'm overthinking it, and I think there's a time and a place. I think that a lot of it I do can be more simplistic, and then I can drop kind of like you said, like your more creative video. Yeah,
you can still be creative, because being creative is what's going to set you apart.
Exactly. So there's like the happy medium of like, all right, here's like for like my most of my rollout and like 90% it's going to be the simple stuff, but then I have these very intriguing and like complicated, complex, like I worked really hard on like how I want to create this storyline of this drop, and you can drop like a full video of like one video of that, probably like a longer video or like you said, like you're like movie type or
exactly
more stuff like
something well thought out. Like I had a movie for the sweatpants and hoodies, like I literally made like, you know, like a little movie and shit. So those kinds of things are important because, but I think the thing is that what we need to do is we need to draw people in, and how you draw people in is literally by shoving shit in people's faces, like wearing your shit, you know, posting. I don't give a fuck. Like, I used to think in my head that like, oh, it's going to be too much for me to post it. Nah, it's like, if I can post it 50 times a day, that just means more people are going to see it, or it's going to get ingrained in people's heads more, and they're going to like, you know, they're going to love it, you know. But it's like, if I fall off and I post once a fucking week. It's like, nah, dude, there's people out there posting 3 times a day. It's like, but everyone has the same 24 hours. Some people say like, oh, I can't do that. It's like, they're doing simple shit. I literally seen a fucking a picture, a dude's brand. He posts like a 10-second video of a t-shirt on a floor. The product was good. I think the product's very important too.
Definitely.
Like, obviously, like, okay, because the thing is that when people go on your website, it's just them and that website. Then it's like, they're looking at your product. They're like, do I really want to buy this shit? Like, I just worked, I got my fucking paycheck. Am I going to put, pay $60 for this hoodie or for this t-shirt or whatever? It's like, you gotta, really make them want it with the product. But for the marketing, it's like, kind of forgot what I was saying, but like, yeah, the dude had a like a 10-second video, t-shirt on the ground. It was a good quality video. Like, it was clear, a nice white light. I see your dog in the background walking, but, yeah, nice quality video, easy, quick. It wasn't, no words were said. It was a nice song playing, like something that matched the aesthetic. Yeah. The aesthetic of what was going on. Cause it was like a dimly lit room. It was like one of those like Playboy Cardi t-shirts where it's like, very dark and, it just matched the aura. You know what I'm saying? It matched the audience, cause people that like that dark stuff are going to be attracted to that because it doesn't have a song that's like a pop song playing, or, it matches it. So it matches a certain audience.
I've been real, that's something I've really focused on lately when I've been rolling out like pictures and shit like that. Like, all right, what was the aesthetic of this drop? Like, what music goes with this? Don't just because it's a popular song on TikTok and it is a pop or rap and that's what you like, that's not the aesthetic of this.
Exactly. Exactly.
I was very strategic about that with my hoodies and like how I went with this whole like spotlight and darkness and shit like that. Yeah. And the theme of the shoot was in an abandoned school and shit. Yeah. So I look into that stuff too. That's smart.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's important to create the well thought out plans, because I think it's like just having both. Like, life is like a balance. So like, I think you need kind of both. Like, you need to both have well thought out content on top of, like, first of all, just content in general, because like getting your name out there, like, as much as you can. Like, the dude was telling me post 3 times a day. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do that, because I don't think if he's doing it, I can do it, because it's not like you're creating a brand new, video every time. You can take clips from that video and then put in a new video. It's like I was just going to say, the other day, for example, I planned it as a content day. So I went to the park, I grabbed, the beanies, the t-shirts, hats, whatever I have to sell, right? Whatever I'm selling, because it's not going to sell itself. It can only sell if you have to sell it. You have to push it out there. You know what I'm saying? So, took all this stuff and I just took my camera and, took a few hours and I got just recorded and, just kind of thought of ideas throughout the way. I had a couple of ideas in mind of like, just different things I wanted to do, but, just simple shit like setting my t-shirt on the concrete and taking videos of it. That may not even get me thousands of views, but if you don't try it, you're guaranteed to get nothing. But if you try, then you have a chance at something,
I think that's the biggest thing is like you said, something that I can't like grasp is like content is content. And I could definitely, I always get in my head, like, how do I do this? But like, I can make it so fucking simple. And like simple things are, like you said, are really in this space have been really like popping off. Like, it doesn't have to be so complex. But then I'm like, I'm doing stuff for the brand, like even like when I'm designing or like, I'm on the computer and stuff, and that can even be content. But like, I'm in the fucking zone and I don't think about setting up camera. Like, I don't feel like I don't think about staging. It also like, for me, like when I do shit like that, it feels like it goes against the brand because it feels inorganic and it feels like I'm staging this and like the whole brand's about being like authentic and real, and it's not real for me to do that. So it's like a hard barrier for me to break, like doing that, because like when I'm working realistically, I just need to kind of actually like pay attention and set aside content days like that. Cause like when I set aside doing that, like I could be done with the design and literally just backtrack and re-record that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like trying to record it while I'm actually designing and make it feel fake. You know?
Yeah.
It could still be fake and not authentic, because like I really just get in a zone and I just don't think about like, oh, I could be recording this right now. Like I'm actually just working. Like I get into my work zone and I could easily be recording this, but it's also easy for me to get the work done and just like Command Z all the way back and then fucking redo it and fucking hold the button and be like step by step if I'm on the computer per se for content. Like, oh, this is how I did this design, and fucking Command Z it and fucking then replay it in front speed after the design's already done. Like
exactly.
I don't even have to be working anymore. I could just sit down for 5 minutes and do that real quick. So
right.
It's a lot. Yeah, just making it simpler, I think, is something I struggle with.
Because like many times I would go on TikTok, and I'm sure you've had this and many others before, where people would be like, they'd be scrolling and they're like, that's so stupid. How does it have 1 million views or 1 million likes? It's because it's so stupid.
I do that a lot.
It's because it's so stupid. It's not like, because if it was so well thought out, a lot of people don't. There are people that care about it. But more people care about negativity. Not saying you have to be negative, but
the more people.
Yeah. Just like, you know, I don't know. It's weird.
No, it's a good thing in this space, because I was just talking about this with like my friends that are musicians. Like when you get negative comments on your stuff, that's actually like really good for you, because that draws more attention.
Exactly.
People like that kind of thing.
Yep.
They like
that's why sometimes. I'm sorry. I was just gonna like butt in real quick and say, like, sometimes I just throw things in there to bait people to make a comment on it, like pronouncing something wrong or some shit, you know?
No, but that's smart. That's smart marketing, actually.
Yeah.
Like that shit actually really does bring in more, because like you got to think, like part of the algorithm is not just viewing and liking. It's like comments get you like a lot more. Like just if it has a lot of comments, that's going to get people more. That's like going to get pushed on the algorithm.
Yeah.
So like if someone comments something controversial and then someone else replies why they disagree, that's like a really plus side for you.
Yeah. Like, dude, literally, this is a perfect example. Also, I make sure to post my content. I have a YouTube channel. I have a Facebook page. I have a TikTok, and I have an Instagram. Those are the 4 main social medias I focus on, because those all of them have short form, like video. You know, Facebook has Reels, Instagram has Reels. Facebook and Instagram, they're owned by Facebook, I think. So that's how they're connected. YouTube has shorts, and what was the other one I was thinking of?
You said TikTok, Instagram,
TikTok,
Facebook?
and TikTok obviously is a short form video platform. But like, I made this. This was a video I made the other day while I was doing my content videos, and it was just like, you can't really see it that well, but it's literally just me coming up to the camera with the "Love is a strong word" t-shirt on, and I literally say like, "Love is a strong word, so be careful next time you use it." That's all. So it's like a 10-second video, and then it got like 130 likes. It has like 5,000 views, but this is just on YouTube alone. Now, if you go on TikTok, it may only have like 200 views, 300 views or something, you know? So it's like, that's definitely important, is posting it on each platform too. And
reusing content, because I've noticed a lot of the times, same like you're saying, I don't post YouTube shorts. I probably should. The thing is, like,
definitely do it.
I've been trying to focus the YouTube mainly on the podcast stuff, but then there's other stuff that I want to start adding to it, because it's literally just Authentic Vibes only YouTube. It's not like Authentic Vibes only podcast. So like,
do that, dude.
I've broken it up into. I've set up like my categories now, like my playlist. So now I have like the podcast playlist and shit like that. So now a lot of stuff I want to start adding onto there is like vlogging and shit like that.
Do that,
but I just do need to start adding my shorts to that, because I add my shorts to TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Obviously, when you post it to Instagram, since they're owned by Facebook, I have it set up so it automatically posts to both. But I have noticed that like I'll have something pop off on TikTok or do more well than usual, and then it's doing shit on Instagram, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Like, it's doing really well on Instagram, but TikTok, it didn't do shit. So posting on all the social platforms is important, even if it's like, just reusing your content on all platforms, same video and everything. It could just, one site, it does well, one it doesn't. It's just weird how it works like that.
Yeah, it is weird. I mean, like, some algorithms just hit differently. And sometimes I would even like, if for a while, I made sure like I was posting at least once a day. And then I had stopped doing it just because I felt like quality over quantity. And then I was like, wait, I can still make quality stuff, but I can also make like simpler stuff, you know, like just because it's simple doesn't mean it's not quality, you know?
Yeah.
But I would literally take videos from like a month ago and then like just repost them again. Yeah. Just literally post the same exact video again. I did that with a video of like my logo tattooed, with like cause my friend also has it too. And I posted it 3 times. The first time it got like a couple hundred views. Second time I had like 4,000 views. And I posted it again like a couple months later, got like 3,000 views. So then it's bringing people like, it's not like, like now if you get big and you do shit like that, then it's like, because you're not like, you have so many people that are going to remember you posting that a month ago. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be like, why are you reposting that again? And maybe you could still do it. Maybe it's fine. But like, once you get big, you're set to a higher standard. Like, and you have a reason. If you're big, you're probably going to be doing it full time. So you have enough time to make new content. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, but like a person like me, if it's like, you know, I really don't, there's nothing wrong with reposting content. Even if someone big does it, fuck it, whatever. But it's like, they're going to get more scrutinized because they have more time and more money to make original content every fucking day. And it's like, I would do that, but it makes no sense if like, I'm not that big to the point. I'm trying to get a community going. I'm trying to get people in. So it's like, I have to push it as much as I can. And once people know my name, then it's like, okay, I'm going to show y'all what I really got. And I got some shit for y'all. I got high quality content. And then that's when it goes up, because that's where you'll see people that do the fast fashion shit and then they're gone in a month, you know, because they couldn't go any higher than that. They don't have any better designs. They don't have any, you know, more marketing strategies. They don't, you know, they didn't think that far ahead. They're like, oh shit, I didn't think, you know, it's like, I'm planning, like, you know, I got big shit in my head going. So it's like, you know, I think for me, it was, I was being too, it may sound cocky, but like too advanced for what I'm thinking. I just needed to dumb it down a little bit, you know?
No, I think I'm at the same spot, dude. I fully agree with that. Cause it's like, bro, like my vault has like 60 designs in it, bro. And like, bro, you guys haven't seen some of the shit that I could be putting out, or like you haven't seen, like the best is yet to come. And then like even content wise, like everything that I have, like I have a ton of stuff in my head. I write it down or put it in my notes in my phone. And it's like, it's not the time. Yeah. But like it will be the time. You know what I mean? So I like have all that I'm the same way, bro. I have it written down or put in somewhere where I know it when it's time, or like the time will feel right. Even if I'm not huge yet, I'll just be like, yeah, this is the one, or this needs to be put out, you know? Even like my goals, like I just have like big stuff in here, and it's like, I think same way. Like I am over analyzing, and I like my creativity is like too far up for like where I'm at. I need to chill out, simple it down, do these easier things first, before like we start like becoming like really like a fucking just like a creative director, bro, basically. Like you know, just really making sure everything's pristine and this and that. There's some things that you still want all the quality when it comes to the clothing, but there's like content wise, it can be a lot more simple than what we're trying to push out.
Yeah. And I think as a creative person, we're always trying to make like the next big thing that's like brand new, but we got to remember that, especially in the internet age where everything is shared and people have created everything, right? Yeah. So even if you think you create something that's brand new and original, there's probably 100 people that have done the same thing in the past, like 10 years ago even, you know? So it's like accepting that and then, you know, using that to your advantage, like thinking about it now, I can use that to my advantage because now I have something that people can relate to. There's a reference point. I remember Tyler the Creator. I watched an interview on Tyler the Creator, and he talked about reference points. Like these beanies are a reference point to a beanie like this. And this is even the first time a beanie like this has been made, but like, you know, like it always goes back and back because people recognize, oh, that's a beanie. I like those kinds of beanies. Even if they don't know exactly what they're called, you know, like, you know, maybe this would have a specific name or whatever. There's a reference point to it. Just like the hat, just like the t-shirt, you know, everyone wears t-shirts and hats and this, that, it's like, and shoes and shit. It's like, there's a reference point. So it's like, it goes into a category like, oh, that's a shoe. But if you try to create something brand new, even if it's great, people may not get it at first. And there is like a thing in marketing where people just have to see it. You know, people may see it for a split second. Are they going to get it? Are they going to know exactly what it is? And like, you know, it automatically goes into a category and they're comparing it to other things, you know? So it's, man, I think it's just more simple than people think. I don't know. I mean, I'm just trying out different things. So.
Nah, same. I'm just kind of, I mean, I've been at it for almost a little over 2 years, and it's just like everything's recycled, not just from me. Just like everything I do is I may have thought it was original, but it's like then I think more. I'm like, I think I saw something similar like this, or I saw something similar, and it's like that sparked something in me to create what I wanted to create, my vision of it.
Yeah, just add your own twist to it, you know.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Everything, and you got to think too. You look back at like. Just if you're in the fashion industry, bro, like the trends, like every 10 years, and like you said, it's like every 10 years, like fashion resets to like a old trend.
Yeah.
Like things come back, like varsity jackets started getting big again, but they were fucking, when I was in high school, like those things were fucking, everyone, they were trash. Like, you know, they weren't popular. Nobody wanted varsity jackets, but now they're back. You know what I'm saying? It's all just like also just trends, paying attention to the old fashioned trends and also paying attention to like, how do those work their way back into today's industry? Because like you said, everything's recycled, man. Like everything comes back at some point. And like you said too, like everyone is going to see something and be like, yeah, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
But I like this. Yeah. I've seen it before, and this is also, but it's also different. Like,
yeah, exactly. It has its own twist to it. Like,
and I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I liked it before, but now that they made it this way, that's the one thing that, you know, makes it different, and I like it like that. You know, I still like it. Like, that's cool.
Right. One subtle difference could be, you know, the change all.
All right, we'll get to the end here. A couple more. What made you want to start a brand? Or like, why'd you start the brand?
So originally when I was in high school and I had started it, I just wanted to make like t-shirts and shit. I just kind of got into like fashion more and streetwear. So like 2017, this was around the time like Virgil was dropping the like the Nike collection and stuff, and like Off-White was big, Supreme was, you know, big. Huge. Even though it's always been big, it's like, you know, like the hype beast era.
The prime years, like 15 to like 18.
Yeezys and stuff, like all those kinds of things. But so I was like looking, I was like, you know, and then that mixed with like, I always like, you know, rap and stuff, and like those all mixed together, just, you know, things you like growing up, however you grow up, you know, you're into hip hop, you're into fashion and stuff. It all kind of blends together and stuff. Like, you know, so I was into that. And then, I don't know. I always sketched like, t-shirts and hoodies and shoes and stuff, while I was in class. And then, I thought about making my own t-shirts, and then I started doing more research into that. And then I, had, bought like a heat press and was heat pressing t-shirts. I remember I bought like 50 t-shirts originally. I don't know why. Like, for some reason, me thinking that I would just sell all of them or some shit, when it's like, this is my first ever collection, and it's like the design is not that good now compared to like now, when I look back at it. But you got to start somewhere. So I started with that, and then I was like, you know what? Even if no one wears it, I'm gonna still wear it because I like it. And then I, you know, gave them to my friends and stuff, and then I sold a couple, and then that was when I was really like, oh, I can start like a brand, like an actual brand. It sounds so funny now because like 2017 is way different from like now, when it's like brands are popping up every fucking day all over the place. It's like, it's so oversaturated. It's like everyone wants to start a brand. But even in 2017, it's like, you know, there were still being brands started. It's just like, it was just like, it wasn't like a side hustle. It wasn't a very popular side hustle, I feel like, you know, but now it's looked at as like a side hustle. To me, it's my whole fucking life. I want this shit to be big, you know?
More of then the side hustle was like reselling sneakers.
Exactly.
Even though, like, clothing brands were still big, but like everyone wanted to buy and resell shoes.
Exactly. So that, you know, just looking at modern culture and what I was into music wise and everything, like I was into Travis Scott, and you know, he dropped all those albums and stuff. Travis Scott played a big role in me getting into fashion and stuff, because I was just looking at him. I was like, damn, I want to do what he's doing. He looks like he's having fun. So it was all just like fun based. And I even remember the first day of school. I think it was maybe my sophomore, my junior year, because we had like uniforms. We had to wear uniforms and shit. And I wore my brand's shirt, and they made me take it off. So that was just like a memorable moment. But then, you know, and then I like made some hoodies, and I really liked those, and I just started getting really a lot more into it. I played baseball, right? And that's what I really wanted to do. I was really into baseball, and my dad always told me to have like a plan, like a backup plan. If, you know, if I got injured, or I just, you know, wasn't that good at baseball or something, if I never made it with that. And it was my clothing brand. It was just like fashion. I didn't even really think about it as like a clothing brand, like something that I could turn it into like a brand that, you know, people across the world could buy or whatever. And then like baseball, with COVID happening, and like baseball just started to fade out. And then like I got more into fashion because of COVID and stuff. I was able to be at home. I was able to design stuff. I was able to make clothes, and I just got more into that. And I was like, you know what? Fuck baseball. You know, there was like a moment where I was like, man, fuck baseball. I'm going to focus on this shit. And I was, but it wasn't even like something like, still at that point, I didn't know like, if you could even make it in those kinds of things. And nowadays it's like, well, shit, you know, it's like market's fucking huge, multi-billion-dollar industry with, shit, maybe even $1 trillion industry. I don't even know at this point, but like, fuck, there's brands popping up everywhere. There's dudes fucking like, you know, making hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. Not saying everyone's doing that, but like, you know, there's brands doing it that just pop up out of nowhere. It's like, it makes it feel like that you could do it. Now, I was before that, but now it's like I'm being introduced to those kinds of things. I'm like, damn, I kind of like this. So it's like, that's just what made me want to start a brand, was, you know, just doing what I love. And what I loved was, you know, at that time was making clothes and just like designing stuff. I like graphic design. That's what I'm going to school for, is graphic design. Yeah, so I like making graphics and stuff. So
yeah, I went for graphic design too. I mean, that's kind of where it originated.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Mine originated always being into sneakers. That's where it all started.
Yeah.
Like you said, everything kind of funneled.
Yep.
I was huge into sneakers. When I first started, I actually, like, when I was into sneakers, me and my friends started like the repainting business of like painting sneakers and shit. We did like something like that. Didn't see it through. We did it for a little while, then we just didn't see it through. But then, like, I was same thing. I was in baseball and football. I always thought I was going to play football. Went to college, played football. I was like late in COVID, but I forwent my senior year. I didn't come back and play. I was just always injured. I was over it, bro. I was like, you know, I was a starter on the team, but I was just had enough of the situation I was in with coaching and injuries and just my mental headspace. Besides football, there's a lot of shit going on. Came home, got asked to do a podcast, and then I was like, you know, like, I'm still in school. Time's not right, but when it's right, like, I'm down, because I had a partner when I first started. So I told him when I'm done with school, I'd be down. And then like that whole year I thought about it, and like, besides football, like, what do I like? Like, what am I interested in? And I was really interested in sneakers, obviously, like hip hop, like you said, stuff like that. And then fashion, I started to like get more into fashion myself. Just like, all right, what am I wearing today? What's fit? What fit? Like, what should this be? Like, my stores that I was buying clothes at were changing, and just like paying attention to that shit. And then like it all like, the universe made that shit line up. It just all made sense. Like, just a podcast doesn't sound right. Like, I'm interested in this other stuff. How can we make it into just a full brand? So then, yeah, that's how that went for me too. Similar, very similar.
Yeah. I think I looked at other brands too, like this other brand I like, FTP. Yeah, I mean, I just seen like what they were doing, and it just seemed like, damn, he's just doing what he wants. Like that was the freedom of it was what I really liked, because like what had low key boosted me was so I had my brand going. Like not really like too official. Like I had the name and everything. I had the name Everything Extraordinary since like 2017.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
From before you get into this next part.
Oh,
where'd you get that? Like, how'd that come about?
It's really just like a motivational statement. So I was trying to think of a brand name, and I wanted it to be like something exciting, and then like it's also something that had clicked, that was like gonna click in my head, and I just thought like, okay, Everything Extraordinary. Like it just kind of went together, and I just like thought about it for a second, and I was like, debating on it, and I was just like, I fuck with that, because it's like it's literally in the name, like Everything Extraordinary. Like it just sounds like a good lifestyle,
Yeah.
So, but going back to when I was playing baseball, I mean, I thought I was decent. I definitely had the work ethic. That's the thing about me, as I've always had like work ethic and shit. But like now, seeing it now, maybe I probably wasn't like the best. I was probably like mid, and then I had like a knee injury, and then I was like the only one. I was like the only junior to not make it on varsity, and that shit made me so fucking pissed off and shit. And then that's when like the clothing brand idea really came. I was like, bro, like why let someone else dictate? Like I'm talking about like a coach. Why let a baseball coach or let another person dictate how far I can go with what I want to do? Because I felt like I could be great. I felt like I had the work ethic to be great, but I have this motherfucker limiting me because he won't let me play, or that kind of shit. So I was like, with a brand, I can do it all myself. I can make all the designs. I can push it as much as I want. Like I'm playing, I can decide if I want to play, and I'm playing. So it's like, I don't need a coach. I don't have someone above me telling me, no, you can't drop that. You can't do this. You can't do that. It's like, nah, fuck that. I just want free. It was just like the freedom, and I enjoyed it. And nowadays, that you can make a living off of it. It is something, it's a dream. And not everyone is able to do it, but, chase your dreams, fuck.
Yeah, it's fully capable. I mean, very similar to me, bro, for real. Like, I feel the exact same. It's more along like you said, like the name for me came about, like, he asked me to do the podcast, my partner. And then that whole year I just went on, like, it was just stuck in my head. Like, what else could this be? And then like you said, I don't know where it came from. I was just like, I was at a point in my life where I was lost. I was always known as an athlete. It's all I knew. That's all I was to people. It's all I was to myself. I was in a relationship from 14 to 21. So I knew myself as an athlete and a boyfriend of this girl. Like I didn't really know who I truly was, or who I truly liked, or what I truly liked besides sports and shit. So then, once the sports, I left them and left that relationship and stuff, like, I just was like more about, and also like even family stigmas and stuff, and people telling me who I am and what I do, and this is who you are. Like, I just went on to like, what do I actually like? Who actually am I? And like actually living my life in with like, I mean, I'm over 18, so like I can do whatever the fuck I want. So what do I want to do? What do I like? And then, like it just, like you said, like all of a sudden just like authentic came into my head, and then like Authentic Vibes Only just hit. It was like, boom, clicks. Like, this is the lifestyle, bro. Like, do you, be you, for you. Like, don't be an asshole, but don't give a fuck what anyone has to say about you or says
Right.
who you are or wants to put some sort of stigma on you or fucking hold you down. Like, don't let people do that. Be like, show your true self.
Bruh,
So-
like to go right on top of that, because I think me and you like have a very similar message with our brands.
Very similar for sure.
You know, like even when I was dating a girl like a couple years ago, and this was like my first adult relationship.
Yeah, that's how mine was when that was happening.
And I had my brand going, and I would spend. I just don't think the time was right, because I think with a girlfriend, you have to invest time in another person. Obviously, I just wasn't. I was investing time, but like my brand was top priority. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, this shit is gonna go somewhere. And you know, she would always say like, "Oh, you're spending too much time on your brand." It's like you know, it's like you did enough work. It's like, nah, it just wasn't clicking. So I was like, nah, it's the brand. Like, this is what I want. This is my dream. And it's like, if I let someone get in the way of that dream, look, bro, I see life as an obstacle, right? You're running a race and you have to, you know, you have different obstacles in your life. Like, oh, a family member gets cancer. That's a big wall to climb to get over that and continue life, right? That was just another obstacle to me. I was like, is this what's going to put me off my path? And I'm going to be on the side of the road? No, I want to get to the fucking finish line. So I have to climb these walls. I got to jump over hoops. I got to duck and, you know, cover and shit. I'm running through life trying to avoid getting a girl pregnant. I'm trying to avoid, you know, making a fucking life-changing investment that ruins everything. I'm trying to avoid legal problems. There's so much to avoid. That's why people don't make it. That's why very few make it to the top, you know? So it's like, I'm thinking of everything. You know, I'm thinking about like, bro, fuck that. Fuck a relationship. Fuck all this. Fuck all that. We'll get the relationship when we get some money. When we get the brand going and really get it, you know, where I want it to be. Because I don't think maybe I could, but I just know that a relationship and things like that, they take up time and money too. So it's like, nah, full focus on the brand for me. I don't know about anyone else, but that's it for me. Fuck it.
I feel it, bro. I just was tired of like all that shit. Same. Like I didn't have the brand yet, but I was just tired of people like, yeah, tell me what to do, bro.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
I'm me, bro. I'm gonna do me, and I want to do me. And
Yeah.
like, it's no fucking asshole shit, but like, you're not gonna tell me how to act. Like, I'm not gonna act
Straight
out of
up.
spite, and I really am not gonna be an asshole. Like I used to would have been. But like that was part of what the journey was to the brand, and like just finding myself and being the true me, and like wearing my heart on my sleeve and this and that, and the dedication. And like you said, I've always had a crazy hard work ethic and shit like that. And I was just, you know, tired of all of that shit surrounding me and all these stigmas and social stigmas and stuff being put on me. Like, you can't do this, you can't do that, you're not this, you're not that.
Yeah.
You're a guy, you can't do that. You're a guy, you don't like that. Like, if you're a guy and you're into fashion, you're gay or shit like that, bro. Like, I'm like, nah. Like, you think what you want. I enjoy it. I like it. I don't care what you say.
Exactly.
And thinking about relationships, man, I haven't had a relationship since my last relationship. That was 21. I'm 26 now, so that's 5 years. I've talked with a few women here and there. Recently, I was talking with another creative, and to be honest, when I think about in relationships now, I've just drawn the boundary that like I'm gonna put the time into you, but you got to understand like this is my schedule. Like, these are the days I work on the brand. I try to work every day, but like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday are my off days from my 9 to 5. If I got a lot of work to get done, you can be in my presence, but you got to understand like I might not be paying that much attention to you. Like, you can be here at my house, but like I'm getting this done first, and then I'll come spend time with you. So like it's more along the lines now. Like I'm at a point like I think I can handle it too, and I can control it, and I can still make the brand blow. But you just got to have that boundary and understand like, nah, this is my priority. And I feel like in life for everyone, relationships are time consuming. They, you know, they're heartfelt, all that shit. But like people gotta take care of themselves first. Like if you don't take care of yourself, no one, like realistically, that relationship could end the next day, no matter if you thought it was the best one ever and it was going so good. So you got to take care of yourself first. So you got to understand
Exactly.
this is my first priority, my life and taking care of myself. And by you allowing me to do that and you understanding that, I can take care of you too. And you're my second top priority.
Exactly.
I had to take care of the top priority to take care of myself. Then I'm able to take care of you. So
some people just don't see it the same.
But people don't understand. No, that's why it's so hard. That's why I stay single, is because women don't understand that. They just, like, a lot of them don't understand that. And it's really changed my like views of things. And that's, well, three things with that. One, that makes me want to date another creative and person that has their own business, like a woman, so they understand. Two, I just think that's attractive now because like I like that. Like I like art, I like creativity. So like I want to date a creative. Three, selfishly, I think if I dated another creative, it doesn't do anything but benefit the both of us. I think if you have your own, whatever it is, photography, drawing, art, whatever it is, I can help you grow and you can help me grow. So like I'm kind of like real picky now on like women I date too, just for that reason, just because like I just want another creative in my life. And that's selfish, I feel like, because like I said, selfishly it is, because I know that if I have a creative in my life, more than likely you're going to be willing to help me, but you can help me. But I just want to be able to, like, I want someone in my life that like we can grow shit together too. Like someone, like I said, that understands the brand. And I hope you have your own sort of art hustle that I understand. And any way that we can like help each other, like free work or whatever, I can help you. You can help me. Like if I date a photographer, you're doing all my shoots. Like,
we help each other.
Yeah, exactly. So like I view it kind of a lot different now too. Like that part of it, I feel like is a little selfish, but like realistically, I think that shit's cool too. And I think it's hot that a girl has ambition to want to do that. So like I like that. So but yeah, just more along lines, it's more of understanding like this is my top priority, you know?
Yeah.
And not even just the brand, but my life, myself. Like if I'm not taking care of things in my life, how do you expect me to take care of you?
Right. And that's what like I would see in a woman is like is I want them to think the same thing as me, you know? Like I want them to think like, oh, I have a top priority, you know, so we're focusing on this, but you still love that person. You know, it's like the right relationship can make things
boost you.
Exactly. You know, boost your motivation, boost your business, boost everything. But a bad relationship can bring you all the way down to the ground. So, you know, it's a risky take, but it's like I just like being single right now. I like just focusing what I need to focus on because, like, you know, don't have responsibilities, don't have kids. I'm drug free. I don't partake in any drugs. I'm going to school. I work out. Like, lock the fuck in. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's what I think about too. Is like, how far could I get with this shit if I really try? If I have something limiting me, stop that shit. You know, it's just another obstacle in the way. It could be something so small. Like I started even eating healthier so I can have more energy to spend time on, you know, the shit that I really want to do. And I started another business too. That I'm going to get up and going. I'm going to be doing, like photography and videography. I'm going to combine a lot of my skills in one just so I have another business. So it's going to be like photography, videography, and graphic design services. Like I have another music video that I'm shooting this Friday with an artist. So, you know, I'm going to be getting more into that too. So it's not just clothes, but just being a creative, just, owning your own shit and being your own person. Because at first it may seem impossible to make your own money, but your 9 to 5 limits you to how much you can make. And, you have to be there and you have to do what they say. But being your own business owner, you know, if shit really goes good, you can do that for, you know, your whole life, you know what I'm saying? And you could do something you love, bro. So it's like, that's a piece of advice I'd give to someone that's looking to start their own business. Make sure you love it, because if you love it, then you're fine with doing it for free. You know what I'm saying? Obviously you'd prefer to get money, but make sure you can do it for free first, because that's how you know that you will have longevity in the game.
I think that's really made me realize like how much I love this, is because like even when drops don't do well, or like podcast isn't doing as well as I want, which the podcast is doing really well this season, but like it doesn't make me money.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. Exactly. I know it's gonna, like, for real. Like, I feel it. Like you said, I envision it, but hasn't made me money. But like, bro, like, I can sit here and do this shit all day. Like, I like, time is of an essence when I'm doing this shit. Like, it's not real. Like, I could sit down at 4 p.m., not look at the clock, and all of a sudden it's 3 a.m. and like, I don't even give a fuck. Like, it's like, I was having fun. I was working. I was enjoying. But like, was I really working? I don't, bro. I enjoyed what I was fucking doing for once. I'm not being told what I need to do, and I was just sitting down, getting it done. And I like, don't worry about the time and don't worry about nothing else, because I'm enjoying that I'm doing it. Like, I'm having fun. I fucking love this.
Right. Yeah, that's literally me, bro. Like, I'll be sitting here designing and shit, and I'm like, I always think about how to make money from it, though. You know, I always try to keep that in mind, because money is very important. Because if I want to make this, if I want to be able to do this, you know, as a career, you got to make money, you know? So, and you can use like, the internet is so helpful, because like, you can take this podcast and, you know, it's connected to your brand, so it can make your brand money. You know, it's like, it just kind of goes back and forth, even just simple discussions and shit. So it's like, that's content. That's another form of content, you know? So it's like, getting in that mode of thinking, like, it is hard, like you said earlier, like, always, like, it kind of does bother me too, where it's like, you know, always thinking about content. It's like, because then it makes shit not feel natural and like, you know, authentic, like you're saying. But I think just trying to program it in your brain, like, yeah, just make sure you're recording, or like, you know, try to record or something. So it's like, because you know, if you don't show yourself, then people aren't going to see you, and that means people aren't going to know about you, and you won't make sales, you know? So it's like, that is important. That's like a must. So
yeah. And that's the thing I've come to draw a big line with too, is like, it's not that I don't want the money, and I know I need the money to be able to survive, but like, I can do it without the money. But like you said, like, I can't always base my failures off of like, this drop didn't bring in money, or like, I want to give it up because this drop didn't give me money, because that's like just not how I feel. But like you said, I do know there's the realistic side of it. It's like, this has to make me some money, or when am I going to be able to drop next? Because realistically, like, it's not even more about like, I want the money personally. Like, I don't. Like, I want the money for the brand. So like, okay, I dropped these hoodies. They made I'm selling them for a little over double what I paid for them. So I paid $1,500. I made $3,000. That next $3,000, I pays for my next 2 drops.
Right.
I can drop more.
Putting it back into there.
I can drop more often. I can drop the stuff I want to drop, because this brand or this drop made me enough money that I can drop 3 straight months in a row, and the 3 things that I'm really anticipating to drop, I really want you guys to have. So I think that's the way I think on it. I think some people too that like don't understand my brain or your brain, like, they don't see that. They're just like, oh, they just do it to get some money. Like, nah, this ain't like that. Like, obviously I want it to be able to pay for my living too and be able to do it full time, but realistically, I just want the money so I can continually be able to freely drop and do the things I want to do for my brand and create the bigger things that I want to create.
It's a business you enjoy, you know, and you can still enjoy things and make a business out of it. I mean, that's the dream. Like, I don't want to work at a job that I'm sitting here doing shit that's making other people tons of money. You know, it's like, I want to do something that I love that makes me tons of money, you know? So it's like, fuck it.
Yeah,
so,
bro.
Yeah.
All right, man. So, well, I appreciate you coming on. I won't keep you any longer. Long episode. I love it though. I don't know, bro. I never have a time stamp on these. It's just like, I got told on one of them, you go to your full, and you know, when it feels right, it feels right. It feels like, I think we've talked on a lot of things. The only thing that I didn't talk on is, bro, I've thought about it since fucking, like, I've seen your shit. I didn't start seeing your stuff until I made a brand, dead ass. Like, I didn't even know. The only other person I knew around here that had a brand was Jerry, who does Vision. But like, once I started my brand and started seeing stuff and I saw how similar our shit was, we got to get a collab going. We got to do something, some piece together, some pop up together, something, bro.
We should do a pop up, yeah.
I'd be down to
think
do
of something,
bro.
Yeah.
That'd be fire. Because that's my main goal this year. Is like, one of my main goals is to just get more out and hit more pop-ups and get more out. Like, instead of just the internet, like still get in person and word of mouth and shit. So that's my huge goal, is like writing down all the pop-ups and shit I can get at this year, and who else I can, like I said, work with and help out as well, or they can help me out and vice versa.
Sounds good.
All right, bro. Thanks again, Corbin. Everything Extraordinary. Get your fucking Love is a Strong Word shirts. The beanies are coming, bro. Be looking forward to those. I like those. Those are super fire, bro.
Thank you.
Those sets were sick. They're probably not available no more, huh?
Yeah, they sold out.
Yeah.
Well, the ones that I had,
the ones that you could sell.
Yeah, they sold out.
And then also, bro, the one thing I'm definitely got to get, I don't know, if I can fit in a 7 3/8, I'm gonna snag a fit.
I think I sold out of all, like, every colorway for the 7 3/8. So shit. I'm sorry about that.
I know it's not good, bro. But I'll be snagging something. We'll get together some more and talk more through socials and shit. We'll figure some stuff out. But thanks for your time, and thanks for coming on, bro.
Yeah, no problem. All right.
Free falling like I'm skydiving, teacher and student, two worlds colliding. I love music, I don't abuse it. Take your crafts and you infuse them. Say you're normal, that's kinda weird. In deep thought, stroking my beard. Head of the table, saying my cheers. Ended up grateful for all the tears. Ready to